On this episode, I share with you the top 8 issues that can cause a home inspection to fail.
Let's go.
Welcome everyone to episode 041 of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. I'm your host, Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. I appreciate you guys tuning in here. So, we have had a lot of questions about this one, actually, about home inspections and things like that. And so, I'm going to share with you the top 8 issues that often come up in a home inspection, and these things often cause home inspections to fail. So, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. It's a value-packed episode here. So, quick side note, if you're new to this show or whatnot, you can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook. Just search Ask Jason Gelios Show, and just join the many other people that watch the show weekly. I typically upload this every Thursday. So, just a little side note to encourage you to subscribe. And if you're already following this and subscribing and things like that, I really appreciate you guys doing so. All right, top 8 home inspection issues. We start with number 1, electrical. Electrical is a big thing. If it's outdated electrical in a really old home, it shouldn't be a deal breaker, but a lot of times it is, because electrical is not cheap. It's not cheap to have redone, reworked. So electrical is something that you should definitely look out for. Number 2 is water and plumbing. Water and plumbing, really the number one thing that you should be looking for is water, because water can come from hidden places in a basement or outside of the foundation, and maybe you only see a little bit of a leak, but it could be the start of something big. So make sure that your inspector looks over those issues as well. Water and plumbing is number 2. Number 3, HVAC, like furnace, air conditioning, things like that. Make sure that your inspector knows how to inspect these things, because that can cost thousands of dollars to replace. And sometimes people will see an older air conditioning unit outside and they'll be like, wow, they're going to have to replace that. So that may affect negotiations, or they may just walk. So number 4, smoke and carbon monoxide. This is a small one, but it does happen where a buyer may ask, hey, make sure that these are working before our inspection, right? Smoke detectors. I'm a huge fan of smoke detectors that are hardwired to the electrical with a battery backup. You should have that. Some fire departments actually offer those free of charge if you qualify. So, but pretty much you can go to Home Depot and buy these things. But it's a small, simple thing. Carbon monoxide detector. Find out what they recommend. I think it's 1 monoxide detector per floor. In my house, we have more just because, you want to be safe. They're cheap. They're inexpensive. So number 4 was the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Make sure that they're working. Number 5, windows. Windows are not cheap. Let's be honest. Windows are expensive. And so oftentimes people will walk away from a deal if an inspector sees major things that need to be fixed, or if they see a bunch of windows that have to be repaired. There are some simple fixes, and there are some companies that will fix a window versus replacing it in terms of seals and all that fun stuff. But windows are not cheap, especially if it's a bigger home. Windows can be 10, 20 grand. Okay, so that is often a deal breaker, or it will net the seller a lot less money if they have to replace all the windows. Number 6 is pests. This is pretty much a small thing unless it's termites or some other crazy bug. Those can be expensive to treat. However, make sure that there's not a lot of that there's no bugs in your house, right? No house is bug free, but you want to make sure that you basically clean up. Somebody doing an inspection, let's say in an unfinished basement, doesn't want to see a bunch of cobwebs and a bunch of stuff all over the place. Okay, they want to see it nice and clean. So if you're the seller, all right, and you have a buyer conducting an inspection on your home, vacuum up the cobwebs, clean all that stuff. Make sure that it's nice and neat so that they have a good feeling. But just know that if you have major issues like termites, which that is expensive, can be thousands of dollars to remediate. Okay, you want to make sure that actually, you know what, get a pest inspection. Just have someone come out from Orkin or Terminex, whomever, or even a smaller company. Okay, sometimes they may charge you $100 or so to do an inspection, but it's well worth it to give you peace of mind. So, and some lenders require that you have a pest inspection. So, okay, number 7, foundation. This is almost always a deal breaker. I've seen this with my clients where we go to look at a cute little house, right? Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, the foundation is shifting and it could be 20, 30, 40 grand in repairs. So foundations are almost always a deal breaker. And worse yet, if you've had foundation work and it's shown, like a lot of times foundation companies will put these support beams in there, and that just does not look good. So that could affect your ultimate price as a seller. So foundation is a huge one. Most people just walk away if it's that bad. So, and number 8, we're looking at doors. Doors are a big thing. I feel doors are an easy fix. Before you even list your house, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, okay, do the doors close right? Do they match up? Do they sound good? Right? In other words, if you open up a door and it's, creaking, spray the hinges with something, WD-40, something. Okay, those little things make a huge difference. If your door is in bad shape, change out the door. Doors are fairly cheap when you really think about it. And if you have the option, go with solid doors. They have a better feel versus, the cheap hollow ones that Home Depot sells and all that. Okay, they do sell the solid doors, but just doors. So make sure that all these top issues don't come up during your inspection. So that's the top 8 reasons why most home inspections fail. That concludes episode 041 of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you love the information that I share with you. I try to cover topics that are hot, meaning things that actually pertain to you. So whether you're buying or selling real estate, whether you hire me or you go through your own agent, ask the right questions up front. Everything's about being proactive, right? So like today's show, when I was sharing 8 home inspection issues, right? I mean, get a pest inspection before you even list your house, right? Have someone look at. Actually, you know what? Do one better. Get your own home inspection done before you list your house. It's called a pre-listing home inspection. I recommend this to all my clients that sell, because what happens is when people, they put their house up on the market and they feel like they know everything about their house. They feel confident, maybe 90% confident, I should say, because there's that little percent where they're like, oh, I hope the home inspection, doesn't go wrong. Well, take the time, spend the money, right? It's worth it to have an inspector come out. If you need a referral, let me know. Comment below. I'll put their information there as well. But make sure that you get your own inspection, right, as a seller, because it doesn't hurt to have that done, okay? Because forget the surprises, right? In real estate, the process is, stressful enough. So don't be wondering if your home inspection on your home is going to pass. As a seller, I'm talking to you, the seller. Okay, get your own. Get your own. So just a little side note there. I love my little side notes because, again, value. So this was episode 041. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, share this with anyone you know, family, friends. Let them know. Call them up. Tell them where I'm at. I'm on Facebook, Pinterest, and all those other social media sites. Okay, YouTube. My website is the main hub for this. It's all about therealestate.com. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Make it a great week.